Hello, this is Dustin with Home Mender, and today we are going to be replacing some cutoffs on a washer box. Usually they can be rebuilt, this one cannot. Let's get to it. Now you can see from our washer box here, these are dripping. They're pretty beat up, this handle's broken, and I can twist it, and it's twisting inside the wall. I don't like that. Just tightening your washer hose on there can snap it off in the wall, and then we've got a problem. We're gonna start by cutting a hole on top of the box. Since it's run up, this is where I want to make my repair. So we're going to cut the hole out of the drywall with a keyhole saw, and we're going to do it nice and neat so we can put that piece of drywall right back in after we're finished. It looks like some jerk has run Flex Quest pipe, and that's why it's sitting in there crooked. Let's go valve the water off at the street before we go any further. We got our water valved off at the street. All right, so we've got Quest pipe. If you have copper or PEX, you can cut it with a tube cutter and then use a shark bite fitting. We're gonna repair it the same way. Although I have Quest, you may have some other kind of pipe. So we're just gonna nip the pipe off at the bottom, see how we're gonna be able to tie it back in. When we go to make the repair, we'll do a nice clean cut a little further up. Now you can't see this very well, but I'm gonna get a wrench on the nut that's securing this to the box. Not securing it very well, but holding it in there nonetheless. All right, got my little nut off. We're gonna do the same with the cold side. Nut. So I found all the parts we need to get this thing repaired. We're gonna set our valve inside the box and then secure it to the box with a nut. This guy's threaded inside. So we're gonna take a 1/2-inch male and pipe dope it into the bottom of the valve. Then we're gonna glue CPVC fittings into our feed line, and then we're gonna connect it with this shark bite polybutylene to CPVC adapter. Now you can't see what I'm doing inside the wall, so I'm gonna explain it as we go. But if you need help, just revert back to my demonstration. Valve goes into the box. We're gonna dope the threads inside, and we're gonna dope the outside threads on our 1/2-inch male, all the way around. Use our metal ring to secure it to the box. We are gonna need to cut a little more drywall out to be able to get to it. Gonna remove the cover to the washer box. We're going this extra step just so I can make sure I get good turns on my fittings and it's not gonna leak inside the wall without me knowing. Now we can make sure we get good turns on it. That's good and secure to the box. Now we're going to take our doped fitting and thread it down into the cutoff. Get a few turns on that. That isn't going anywhere. To complete, we're going to tie in CPVC, run it up, and shark bite it to our Quest line. Now we're going to go ahead and set our other valve. Secure with the nut. That's good and secure. Now pipe dope the inside of the threads of your valve and the outside of the threads of your CPVC male. When that's good and doped, go ahead and screw it onto your valve. Perfect. Now we're ready to run the feed. Now I've got my little $20 tube cutter here. It's gonna give me a nice even cut on my polybutylene line, and that way my shark bite's gonna fit on nice. And we're one step closer to clean clothes. Next, I'm gonna put my shark bite fittings on. I've got the gray side towards the polybutylene. This is a special shark bite adapter. One side's gray, one side is tan, so we can go to copper, CPVC, or pretty much anything you want. I'm gonna hold the pipe, get a good click on it, and pull back. Shark bite number 2. Make sure you get those on real tight. Push it all the way in and pull it back just to make sure it's tight. Now this one, I think I can go straight down with it, but this one's just too much of an angle. So I'm gonna have to shoot it out and then down with a 90. Now we can position our pipe by hand and then measure so we know how long to cut our piece of pipe. They should run about a 1/2 inch into each of the fittings. Now from pipe to pipe, I got 5 inches, but given my 1/2 inch on both sides, I'm gonna cut this pipe at 6. Measure your CPVC and make a mark. Cut it with your tube cutter. Perfect. Now this is going to glue into this fitting with this guy fitting right into the shark bite. Next, we're going to take our purple primer and we're going to prime the outside of the pipe. Now prime the inside of the fitting. Run the glue, same place we put our primer, and inside the fitting, run your pipe, and give it a quarter turn. All right, we gave that about 5 minutes drying time. Now we're ready to connect our shark bite to the feed. That one's good to go. Now we can do our other side. This one's running horizontal, so we're gonna shoot it out with an elbow and turn it straight down, go into our fitting down below. We're gonna hold our elbow as if it's coming out of the pipe, then we're gonna get an accurate height on the pipe. Looks like about 4 inches tight, but again, we're gonna add a 1/2 inch to go into each fitting on the sides. We're gonna cut this one at 5. Next, we're gonna cut a small piece of pipe to go into our elbow and fit into our shark bite. Our pipe is gonna come out of the shark bite, turn down with an elbow, piece of pipe connecting to our valve. Don't forget to prime your fitting at the cutoff. Glue with a quarter turn. Now let's let that set a minute. Now that our L-shaped piece is dried a little bit, we're going to go ahead and glue it into our fitting and connect the shark bite. Perfect. Now let's give that time to set. We'll cut on the water and give it a test. Alright, so we got our water back on at the street. It's looking good, no leaks. I do have pressure. Cutting off and looking good. So all that's left is to button up the wall, put the drywall back, and get it mudded and painted. If you need help with that, be sure to watch the Home Mender How to Repair Drywall video. So that's it, super easy. You just completed your first major plumbing repair, saved yourself a couple $100, and the next time you see a plumber on the street, you can shoot him the piece. So for Home Mender Inc., this is Dustin. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.